The reason for the reported underfunding and under expenditure in certain budgetary lines such as capacity building, which has led to the minimizing and which has led to the county government officers not being able to perform their services according to the law. Number 5, Mr. Speaker, I would want the committee to have the executive of Kisii County government to explain to this House how much own source revenue the county government has collected for the last 2 years and what amounts they have collected from the Kisii County alcohol control fund. Finally, Mr. Speaker, I would want the committee to receive an explanation from the county government, from the control of budget and the Auditor General regarding 923. And Mr. Speaker, it's an important statement, I mentioned this. There have been 923 voided transactions on the IFMIS system amounting to 261,015,000 during the financial year 2023-2024 relating to the Kisii County government expenditures. Finally, Mr. Speaker, I would like the county executive government to explain to this House, even when the Senate is working so much to make sure that we seek funding from the national government so that the county governments that we love dearly can receive the resources, why the Kisii County executive is still holding 5.4 billion shillings in the CRF account, and yet the employees are not getting their salaries. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I appreciate the time you've given me for this.
Senator Professor Ojenda. Any senator holding brief for our good professor? Those 2 statements are dropped. Senator Tabitha Keroche, having explained your absence to the satisfaction of the chair, your statements are hereby reinstated. You may now proceed to read the statements.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir, for giving this opportunity. Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise pursuant to standing order.
Leader, I know you're doing a very good job, but please don't interrupt with the flow of work in the Senate. Proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise pursuant to standing order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Finance and Budget concerning stalled projects and the allocation of development funds in the 2023-2024 budget for Nakuru County. In the statement, the committee should explain why the county government of Nakuru allocated only 4% for development in the 18.79 billion budget allocation. In disregard of the requirements of the Public Finance Management Act that counties allocate a minimum of 30% of their budget to development expenditure, and state the reasons for the numerous stalled projects in Nakuru County, particularly those inherited from the previous county governments, including Maimahio, Gilgil, and Orogroni level 4 hospitals, and the fish market in Naivasha Township, and provide timelines for their completion. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. Mr. Speaker, sir, my second statement, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Finance and Budget regarding financial impropriety in the county government of Nakuru, particularly in respect of the financial year 2022-2023. In the statement, the committee should state the circumstances leading the misappropriation of 1.5 billion Kenya shillings by the county government of Nakuru through double payments and irregular procurement in the financial year 2022-2023, which includes the payment of 116 million to several law firms without the requisite documentations or evidence of provision of services. Explain why the county government of Nakuru paid 1.15 billion to staff not in the county payroll in the financial year 2022-2023. Failed to effect the court degree of 2019 arising from civil case number of 2016, resulting in the unnecessary and avoidable accumulation of 38,011,890 million in interest charges as at 30th June 2023. Did not deposit revenue generated by health facilities in the county into the county revenue fund in the said financial year as required by the law, and outline any measures put in place by the county government to seal all loopholes in the revenue collection system, which have facilitated the loss of public funds paid through dubious bank accounts and M-Pesa pay bill numbers. Signed by Senator Tabitha Keroche. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Senator Lelego.
A request for statements, for a statement on the acquisition of part of LR number Samburu East Waso 1 in Samburu County by the national government. Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Lands, Environment and Natural Resources concerning the impending compulsory acquisition of part of the land under reference LR number Samburu East Waso 1, which is owned by the Losesia Community Group Ranch in Samburu County for use by the Ministry of Interior and National Administration as per the Gazette notice by the National Land Commission, NLC, on the 25th March 2024. Mr. Speaker, sir, the chairperson of the National Land Commission has published a notice indicating the Ministry of Interior and National Administration's intent to acquire the aforementioned land. There appears to be no evidence that the Losesia community was consulted or engaged in this process. While Article 40, subsection 3 of the Constitution allows for the acquisition of land by the state, it mandates that such acquisitions be conducted in the public interest. Mr. Speaker, sir, the acquisition of this land by the Ministry of Interior may not serve the public interest of the Samburu community, as the remaining land available to the community is scarce and vital for cultural practices and livestock rearing and or pastoralist lifestyle. In the statement, the committee should, 1, provide the justification for the proposed acquisition considering that the government is already currently leasing vast tracts of land from the group ranch for use by the National Intelligence Service, NIS, as well as over 80,000 acres for use by the Kenya Defence Forces, KDF, resulting to loss of livelihoods to the pastoral community. 2, state the criteria and guidelines used by the National Land Commission in approving the request from the Ministry of Interior and National Administration for the acquisition of the land. 3, investigate whether the proposed land for acquisition was mapped out and valued by the NLC as required by section 107(4)(a) of the Land Act. 4, indicate whether public participation was carried out by the NLC or the Ministry of Interior and National Administration as envisioned by Articles 40, subsection 3 and 232, subsection 1D of the Constitution to establish the needs of the Losesia community vis-a-vis the need to develop security infrastructure and a training facility in Samburu County. And lastly, 5, provide the criteria proposed to be used by the NLC, provide the criteria proposed to be used by the NLC in assessing the value of the community land for purposes of facilitating prompt payment of just compensation to the affected persons. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Now, honorable senators, I will rearrange the sequence of today's order paper. Instead of proceeding with order number 7B, we will call order number 8, and maybe thereafter we'll come back to restricted comments on the statements that had been made before we allow the normal flow of today's order paper. So, yes, just call all the orders that are due for division. Clerk.
Order number 8, the Tea Amendment Bill, Senate Bills number 1 of 2023, second reading division. Order number 9, the Conflict of Interest Bill, 2023, National Assembly Bill number 12 of 2023, second reading division. Order number 10, the National Rating Bill, National Assembly Bills number 55 of 2022, second reading division. Order number 11, the Gambling Control Bill, National Assembly Bills number 70 of 2023, second reading division. Order number 12, the County Government's Amendment Bill, Senate Bills number 25 of 2023, second reading division.
Sergeant at Arms, kindly ring the division bell for 5 minutes. Netutongeza.
The quorum bell is currently on at the Senate for the House to proceed into division of 3 bills. Among the bills is the Conflict of Interest Bill, a bill originating from the National Assembly, Bill number 12 of the year 2023, as well as the Tea Amendment Bill, a bill from the Senate, Bill number 1 of the year 2023. Looking at the Tea Amendment Bill is an act of Parliament seeking to amend the Tea Act to provide for direct sales and payment of tea proceeds and for the connected purposes. In the memoranda of the Tea Amendment Bill, is that the principal object of the bill seeks to amend certain provisions in the Tea Act of 2020 to protect tea growers' proceeds from matters mismanagement by factories. The bill also aims to incentivize value addition of tea by exempting value-added tea from payment of the tea levy. This bill further seeks to liberalize the tea industry. This will be done through direct sales of the tea overseas. Statements on whether the bill concerns the county government. The sponsor of the bill, Senator Hilary Sigei, says that agriculture plays a vital role in the economy of the most county governments. It is the leading industrial crop in terms of its contribution to the country's gross domestic product, and it is therefore important that the tea industry is regulated and supported in terms of policy and matters law. The bill delegates legislative powers to the Cabinet Secretary, but does not limit the fundamental rights and freedom. The other bill that the House is set to vote on this afternoon is the National Rating Bill. This is National Assembly Bills number 55 of the year 2022. As well as the Gambling Control Bill, Bill number 70 of the year 2023. The County Government's Amendment Bill, Senate Bills number 25 of the year 2023 by Senator Samson Cherargei, is equally another bill that senators are set to proceeds into division on this afternoon. And a look at this bill by the Senator for Nandi County, Senator Samson Cherargei. In regards to streamlining county affairs, is that this is an act of Parliament set to amend the County Government Act to increase the threshold for the removal of a member of a county executive committee and for the connected purposes. This bill by Senator Samson Cherargei seeks to streamline affairs in the 47 county assemblies across the nation. The gaming and control